Good morning. Happy New Year. This is the first Monday of 2022. And what are you going to do about it? That's my question to you. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do on this Monday that made it different from the Mondays of the past? That's my question for you. What are you going to do different this Monday that is different from the last Monday? Are you empowering yourself to be greater than what you were before? Do you have a sense of yearning that you want something more for yourself than yesterday? Or do you want something more for yourself than it was for the last Monday? Because the Monday of yesterday was 2021. The Monday of today is 2022. For those who want to walk and those who want to stay in the realm of resolutions and stuff like that. So what are you going to do about today? Are you still going to talk about what you did yesterday? Or is today the real day that you're going to make something new for yourself? Or is today the real day that you're really going to do more? Do what you actually said that you were going to do. Walk that walk that you actually said that you were going to walk. Actually make it happen because you had a conscious thought to make a collective decision to do bigger, better, and greater things for you this year. All right, so I definitely want to say Happy New Year to those who are new to the platform, who know the platform. So for everybody, let me see who in the room. Let me do that. Good morning, Ms. Salinas. Happy New Year to you as well. All the other individuals that are watching, whether you're watching on YouTube or you're watching right now on Facebook in one of the pages, or you're listening right now in podcast land. Today is the day of the beginning, but it is only the beginning of something that is new. Oftentimes we want to talk about, oh, this is a new beginning, but you're still doing the same thing you did before. So what's new about it? You got people talking about Happy New Year, but you're still doing yesteryear stuff. Nothing's really changed for you except the day. But what are you going to make today to be different than what it was yesterday? Oh, that's only a question that you can answer. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about it. But nevertheless, I definitely appreciate you for being here 100%. You know, I will never greet you and treat you and without gratitude. So I am appreciative of your presence. So let's jump into it real quick. All right, what do you crave for yourself? That's a real question. There's a question mark on this one. So my question for you, and as you can see it, and as it resonates with you, put that down in the chat, because we're going to have this dialogue today. What do you crave for yourself? Now, I know I'm not talking with a bunch of selfish people or selfless people. I'm talking to the people who actually know themselves and know what they want for them. So my question for you is, what do you crave for yourself? And as you put in the chat what you crave for yourself, or as you put in the comment section what you crave for yourself, look at it, read it, and acknowledge what it is. Peace, good morning. Acknowledge what it is, because those things that you crave for yourself is the true desires for your most innermost being, is what you crave for yourself. Now, we're going to go into the definition of crave. So the definition of crave is to have a great desire for. To have a great desire for. Majestic said, I crave for personal development. That's a beautiful thing, because that's for you. That's why the word personal is in there, because we spend a lot of time developing other people who don't even have an inkling or don't even have a desire to develop us. So we spend so much time pouring into someone else that we depleted what we had in the first place. So the desire that you have to develop the personal you, that's not selfish. So I'm gonna tell you where this came from. I'm gonna keep it right here for a moment, but I'm gonna tell you where it came from. So I was having a conversation with a group of friends, and the conversation in the room said, this year I'm gonna be a lot more selfish. And everybody was like, what? Why would you want to be selfish? What does that actually mean? I'm gonna tell you what selfish means. Selfish is really looking at the things that you know that you desire to have for you. It's not selfish when you want personal development. And if you got anybody in your circle that looks at that as a selfish way of doing it, that person probably shouldn't be in your circle, because they don't want you to recharge. They don't want you to be your best you. They don't want you to have the ability to be greater than what you were before, because you wanted to take some time out for some personal development for you, instead of them looking at it from the perspective of, if there is more personal development, then there is more of that person that have the ability to feed and to pour life into those or the people that they surround themselves in. So personal development is a beautiful thing. Personal development is not selfish. But you're going to have to be selfish just a little bit. You're going to have to be okay with being selfish with yourself. You're going to have to be okay with being selfish with your time. You're going to have to be okay with being selfish to tell yourself that you are even greater. You are even more important than the people who say that they want you to do certain things. There are going to be some times you're going to have to take a selfish moment. So what do you crave for you? All right. So to crave is to have a great desire for. And then the second definition is feel a powerful desire. Because when you begin to crave the personal development, you will feel empowered. Because there is a sense of power that you're going to have, because you're now develop a sense of urgency to learn more. You're having develop a sense of urgency to do more, because as you do more and have a powerful desire to do greater for yourself, then and only then will you have more power to be the person that you are ultimately born to be. That is having a craving for yourself. All right, so the etymology of craving is kraphin, which I think it was Greek. So the definition says demand, claim as a right. It is your right to want personal development. It is your right to want to do bigger and better and greater things. It is your right to demand success. It is your right to demand the things that you know that you were born to have. There's nothing wrong with that. Stop dealing with people that make you feel wrong for thinking about you. If you have a body of people that you surround yourself that make you feel that way, then obviously they're a lot more selfish for you than you should be for yourself. Demand greater out of you, and you will have much more success in the things that you do. All right, so there's 4 things I want you to focus on. And I think when you focus on these 4 things, then you're going to begin to see it from a different perspective. Now, within the construct of the definition of crave is to ask. We crave not out of fear. Just like when they say you ask not, you have not because you ask not. But a lot of times we don't crave those things because we're afraid of what somebody is going to say. We are afraid of how people are going to perceive you. We're afraid of how people are going to see your success. If you're looking at that from the wrong perspective, then that may not be, you might not feel important. But I'm going to tell you right now, you are important. Crave things for you. It's not selfish. That might be the most selfless thing that you can ever probably do. is to crave for yourself. Because when you crave for yourself and having that selfless moment for yourself, then you have more that you have inside of your jug that you can pour into other people, because you've craved the moment for yourself. You've craved the time that you've poured into your own personal development or your innermost being. So I want you to have the ability to ask yourself, what do I crave for me? That's your question to ask. Ask you. Stop asking other people, hey, what do you think about this about me? What kind of foolishness is that? That person might not know you greater than you know yourself. So ask, what do you crave for yourself? You crave not out of fear. Lay that fear to the side and tell you that you got it. Lay that fear, throw that fear out the window. Because when you ask yourself, what do you crave for yourself, then you have no other responsibility but to answer. But you got to ask first. And the next thing I want you to do is to implore. I implore you to be great. I implore you to be bigger and better than what you were your last Monday of 2021. I implore you. I empower you. I give you the authority to have that authoritative motion with yourself to develop that personal development. Like Majestic once said, what do you crave for yourself? Miss Lambert, I'm going to ask you, what do you crave for yourself? I implore you to crave for yourself. There's nothing selfish about it. And the next thing is, you've got to demand it. I insist that you make it right by you. I insist that you make it right by you. Again, when you're hanging around those people who make you feel a certain way about doing things for yourself, when you feel a certain way about making things happen for yourself, I insist that you make it right by you and stop trying to make it right by everybody else. Those people wasn't with you when you were studying. Those people wasn't with you when you were, I don't care if they was in your study group. They didn't comprehend it the same way as you comprehended it. You can be in the same circle as someone else in a study group, but it's your test that's going to allow you to get the grade for yourself. So I insist that you make it right by you. Make it right by you and stop waiting for other people. And I demand that you understand that you have to have the ability to crave something for yourself. And the last thing is to summon. Urgently call to be present. Imagine being inside of the courtroom and you get summons to come to court. You have to show up. So why not show up for yourself? That makes no sense. You want to show up for everybody else. Now, this is the pot calling the kettle black for me, because it's like I'm hearing and talking to myself. I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to be transparent. I do a lot for a lot of other people. I do a lot for the community. I do a lot for everybody else. But when are you going to summon yourself? When are you going to summon yourself to summon that craving to do something for you? Summon that craving to be bigger than what you were yesterday. Urgently call yourself to the table. Urgently call yourself to be present and to show up for you, because a lot of times people don't show up for you, but when you begin to show up for yourself, that's the only thing that matters. That like stung on the side when it came out. I'm just being honest and transparent. People constantly and consistently want you to show up for them, but they won't even have the ability to show up for you. So I summon you to crave for yourself, even greater than anyone can crave for you. And this last thing, it hit hard when I typed it. Stop building these relationships if you can add value to the ones you have. Oh man, this one hurt. Stop building relationships if you can't add value to the ones you have. You let that sink in. You let that resonate. You got people going around saying, "Oh, I want to build this. I want to have this." But what about the ones that you already have? What about the goals that you've already developed? What about the goals that you already had in place? What about the solutions that you've already created? Work those solutions out. Stop trying to build new ones if you can't even successfully accomplish the ones that you had set out for yourself. I might have to post this one later. Stop building relationships if you can't add value to the ones you have. That hurt right there. That definitely hurt. But hey, it's honest. It's honest. It's so honest. Stop building relationships. You got people saying, "Oh, I want to go and do this. I want to do that. I want to do that." No, you don't. You haven't done anything for yourself. So how are you going to do something for somebody else? You haven't succeeded within this vein or in this lane. So how are you going to help somebody else succeed? The old song by Take Six, I think. No, I don't know if it was Take Six. Sweep around your own front door. Why you trying to sweep around mine? Look at it from a personal perspective. And I want you to understand that you have to begin to crave something for you. It's not selfish. It's not selfish at all. So your question for this week, I don't care if you think about something throughout the week, you come back to this and you say, okay, I crave this for me. Type it in the comment section. You can come back because the live is still here, just in replay. You can come back and say, I claim this for myself, or I crave this for myself. Because as you let those things out and as you let it out, you have no other responsibility but to see it. But do you and will you have the power to summon the things that you see? Only those who understand the power of the summons. I might have to write that down. Let me write that down. I like that one. The power of the summon. I'm sorry, I had to write it down. It just sounds so it just sounds right coming out. You got people who don't understand the power of the summon. What do you summon? What do you crave? What do you desire? And when you answer that question, you would definitely understand that once you develop that consistent way of thinking, it will most definitely create some currency in your life. Y'all be blessed. Leave it in the comment section, the things that resonated with you. Shoot, you can leave in the comment section the things that didn't resonate with you. It don't matter to me. I did what I was called to do. I was summoned to do. Hey, y'all be blessed. And remember, consistency is currency. I love everything about you, and I appreciate your continued support. And let's grow together. Peace.